Hello, greetings. All right, thank you for joining us. This is, what is this, Monday, Tuesday? All right, today's connection is other aspects of yourself and multiverse. I already forgot what the title was. Soul expansion. So, yeah, it's funny how some of these subject matters come up for a good reason, of course. And yeah, it's basically other aspects of yourself that we're all connected to. Yeah, it gets kind of confusing. But let's put it this way. It's kind of like a galactic Me Too moment, you can say. Like you're having the Me Too moment here, like in, the Harvey Weinstein thing. And then you have the galactic Me Too moment or movement when somebody, accuses you of something that happened in another lifetime that you don't even remember. Not to say it did not happen, but we're not all remembering everything. So as we go into a soul awareness, a lot of stuff's going to eventually come through. So you had a very dark lifetime, or many, and sometimes there's many reasons for it, to whatever it might be. At third dimension, at least at this point, not everything is going to be fully explained or fully understood, because we're in lockdown here. So connecting to these energies is good. It's not easy, but it is good. As we go into the fourth dimension, kind of have to look at ourselves, look at the other side. So I was asked was to check my balance, like balance myself, good and evil and all that. Gee, I think I have I got like 15 or 17 lifetimes I still have to go through to bring balance, whatever balance is, as for definition. So so connecting to lifetimes that are not very pleasant. Some of us have had incarnations. Always when I connect to my own aspects, aren't always pleasant. Of course, I've went through a lot of karma because of it. I don't remember everything. Sometimes I get messages from other people. But recently, call it today, I got a message about, stuff I've already known about. I just don't go around talking about it all the time. I think I've done it here and there, but not fully. It's like being like a dictator, something similar to Hitler on other worlds. Similar, not the same. I don't think I had. Who knows? Who knows what it was? I saw it was a tall blonde Nordic lifetime. I don't remember the details of it. I just saw the rage in it. That's all I saw. There's another lifetime. Yeah, I see worlds being destroyed. I see worlds being genocide going done through it. Maybe through reptilian connections. Yeah, my fingerprints are all over that. But the bigger one that I connected to today was, just gets better and better, like taking over a universe, which is that's a nice that's something to be proud of. So which I don't remember, but I connected some of those energies anyway. Either way, I'm not I hope this isn't bragging. But connecting to your inner darkness is not fun. But it's we all have our. I don't think anybody's really innocent. They might claim they are, but of course, when you're not exactly, when you're controversial, let's put it that way. At least, at least you're being you, I guess. But anyway, that's perfect and anything like that. There's obviously other aspects of that. I tell you what, though, I mean, not some of the stuff I'm being told, I don't always connect to by other people. Like I've been this, I've been that, gangster. Might have been another aspect of me, and that's where it comes. I mean, some of this stuff is connected. I mean, all of this is connected to, for example, use myself as an example. Some of this stuff, I mean, all of this is connected to my soul, of course, but there are other aspects of everybody. Some are kind, some are not so kind. And it's one that is very difficult to face. It's complicated when you really think about it. You can have your, I know people don't like, some people don't like hearing the whole spirit guide thing, but you can't have a spirit guide. It's one of you, another version of you that is good, and another version of you that's not so good. And it does exist. It's not taboo. It is real. But some don't want to hear it because they want to keep a shadow over it. That's fine. Maybe for you, you got that cleared out, but how many others have not had that cleared out? It's really, yeah, to say that the guides are always fine is a massive manipulation. That's not true. And I mean, it's just everything's out there. It's like, yeah, it's like you're cleaning your house, your physical house. You got to clean your own physical house. I've been told everything in the book, so or yelled at or whatever. It's it's not worth it. But I tell you one though that I've been told about a past life. I don't know if it's connected to my I don't see it, but one that's interesting where I was told that let's see, like in the 1920s, yeah, wife died. My wife died in a car accident. Got into drinking and just tried to die, and I was not successful with that. Eventually, I went to rehab and got out of it. And it's funny, but it's funny though. In this lifetime, I won't touch any of that stuff. None of it. No alcohol. None of it. None of it not even for recreation. I won't touch it. Any of it. So that's kind of interesting how that. So it just kind of strange. So who knows? But we all have our issues. Yeah, those, especially in the spiritual community, say they're perfect and all that, and nobody's perfect. I mean, it's just I'm always connecting to light. To come on, really, nobody is always connected to light. You're living in this world. Remember, this is a prison planet, and if people say it's not, well, really, like I'm in Chicago, and people are getting on the train and walking around. It's all slavery, basically. We're hurting ourselves around. One thing about these cities, at least you get good exercise. I mean, it might be hard. It gets tiring walking all the time, but at least you're not sitting around all the time. I mean, where I live, I mean, there's nowhere to go. You have to get in a car and go somewhere. You can't walk to anything, not easily. That's why they have gyms and stuff like that. But at least in the city, I mean, it's frustrating, but at least stay, somewhat in shape. And if it is frustrating, what isn't? So it does have its ups and downs. So either way, but yeah, different aspects are not easy to connect with. Down the road, that will start to open up because it's just, I mean, nobody's perfect. Come on. But I mean, the darker you are, the more movement you make, the more change you create. But eventually you find the light at the end of the tunnel when you get tired of being terrible. You get it all out of your system, but some people need to learn through your darkness how to improve themselves. And that's a hard one to accept. It's like, wow, I became a better person after that. You know, if I got the crap beat out of me, or I pay more attention to this or that, or they just never learn. Um, Not sure how that works, but you know, it's yeah, I feel like, I mean, we need positive and light. A lot of the darkness does cause change. I'd say light doesn't, but the darkness does get things going. And the light is there to heal that darkness. Like with the Industrial Revolution, a lot of people were working, what, 10, 20-hour days, something like that. I don't know if it was that long, but, you know, the government eventually intervened and brought it down to 8 hours a day. I forgot what the reason was behind that. I think it was Henry Ford that did that. Something around those lines. Either way, it's, you know, it's bad. Also, we're going to connect to, let's see here, if I can bring it back up. Yeah, what's going on. Of course, I can put this on the top. Fourth dimension energies. As for the galactic alliances, what is going on with us as we're going to change? Now, yeah, everything has, I don't know, it's as you lift out of the third dimension, many that are like UFO whistleblowers, some are going to have difficulties because they want to connect to the third dimension aspect of it, that they know everything, they got all information, from their perspective, yes. But there's different types of perspectives. But you know, we're going into a time of where all possibilities are true, and the 3D reality is no longer holding on to us. Like in a city like Chicago is just third dimensional central. Not all aspects of it. The arts is a release from third dimension. Always a release of negative emotions, a freedom from third dimension. Music, whatever it might be. Take a break from the prison reality. So anyway, all right. Before we go into all of this or whatever we're trying to get into, I have enough energy for it all. This is Ivan Tower.com. We have price sessions next week. And this is the scheduler, and this is what we forgot to learn how to channel. There's the other. It's on a Google Hangout, Zoom, and channel on my phone. And so I have the shop. I'm around 7 days. I'm doing the best. I'm doing what I can. I can't have no guarantees how fast I'm going to be here. I thought it would be able to catch up, but you never know. We also have same situation here. We have other channels and healers we do recommend also. We also have a social network and the J Comic. So thank you for your support. It's all strange here. This is, not your normal. No such thing as normal anyway. The galactic energies here. Let's see, we're everywhere. We're slowly going into a new consciousness. And so a lot of, you say, galactic baggage is going to be coming up through some people that might seem crazy to some, at least in the third dimension, but is very real, like relationships with reptilians or whatever it might be. I saw myself as a Nordic being. I got so furious with somebody, I even duplicated myself. It's like, that's a new one. I actually followed the duplication. I mean, just like that, I have another me now. So I'm not sure what was the story on that, but as I say, if you connect to all those lifetimes, it probably blows your mind in this reality. So if you get glimpses, downloads, but I believe we'll be tuned over time to receive more of these different aspects of ourselves. Well, the galactic energy, yeah, basically the multiverse is basically different, like different versions of you: black, white, green, yellow, whatever it might be, Zeta, reptilian, whatever it might be. And all of those possibilities goes on and on and on forever. So connecting to that vibration is, all of that is intertwining into you. But also we're going into an intertwining of basically releasing the 3D and connecting to those multiverses that we need to move up into the higher dimensions. It's your belief system. It's how you feel. Are you going to let that world open up? Are you going to allow the gates to open up within yourself? Just say, give me what you got. Might not always like what you got, but you need to see everything, depending on the situation, who you are, other aspects of yourself you're not too proud of. And a lot of these people are bitching about Trump. But what if they have a version of them that's in exactly the same position and they act exactly like him? And they're kind of like pissed off at themselves, I guess you can say. Oh, well. Yeah, that whole thing, a lot of it is, let's see. I mean, it's a manipulation, but it is a massive manipulation. Oh, it's just that, government eventually is going to lose its power. And we're going to see the true ones that are running the show. And it's like, this is all just theater. I'm not sure when. Yeah, so that's the thing. How many are ready to see it? What truly is going on? Like the weather weapons that are going on, the Mars, Jupiter, from what I'm receiving, the moon manipulation, all of these things. We're here. You're not just here to awaken to the alien energies. You're here to bring, what's here into our dimension, basically, in some shape or form, to know what's happening. It can happen. It's something. I mean, there's always something in the. Let's see. It doesn't seem like a whole lot's going to happen until the elections are over in November. I mean, there'd be scandals and things of that sort. But the alien energies doesn't feel like it really started to kick off until. I mean, there might be something here and there, like so. September as some kind of change. It's just there's workings done, but like I said, it's behind the scenes. And no, I don't know anything. Not yet. Not today, at least. October is a month of, let's see, radical change, but they can't go into it right now. Like I said, I believe around, because people are going to get scared and pissed off because of the government situation, because they feel like, oh, we're going to lose and all that, but there's going to be diversions coming in to basically kind of, hey, look at this instead, because it's like, you're kind of wasting your life crying on stuff you have no power with. So, like, the elections are already staged. I mean, yes, people can vote, but it's already decided. Everything is already decided. I don't know how they do it. Obviously, they're not going to say out, but if you really want to get into it, everything is decided before it happens. It's basically the illusion of choice. And so we're ready to see this, the true realities, because many are not really ready to see this. Like with the aliens, there is a galactic war going on, of course. Reptilians, the felines. The felines want nothing to do with the reptilians. They kind of had enough of it. Now, there also, I want to put out, there are positive reptilians, but I don't want more. Don't want anything to do with it. Just don't want to protest it. Don't want anything to do with it. From what I received. So with every race, I mean, I'm jumping around a little bit, but for every race that, say, is like reptilian, they get tired of war, so they create another species of reptilian where they can avoid the mistakes of the, was like, maybe we're a little bit aggressive or something. So they work on themselves and create a new species that's super not aggressive, whatever it might be. Improvement upon themselves. They improve too, but they're bringing in a different aspect, another direction. Maybe instead of green, until it is yellow, whatever it might be. It's a growth. It's like having children, but a whole different species of children going into a different direction. So with other aspects, like I said, they're not really giving me a number, but I guess you have a million aspects going on at once. Gee, no wonder we can't connect to anything. No wonder I'm tired. But yeah, you can have, there's no way we can process everything in third dimension, but we can't process what we need here. Like some people have a rabbit aspect. Okay, we're going to animals. A rabbit aspect of themselves to bring kind nature to them. A nurturing side. Of course, they can be kind of whacked out, but it's a nurturing. You look at rabbits most of the time; they're just looking like a cute bunny. But that nurturing energy of basically just calmness and just ease and just take it easy. And you bring that in, this is for example, of course, to heal like the reptilian aggravation, impatience, or whatever it might, or Nordic has a big impatient problem, or whatever it might be. You have all these different connections wired into us. So you have all these aspects working within us too, while we're up and down all around, because we're not getting the full story. We get what we can. But there's obviously multi versions of us that are going on. You might see yourself in another lifetime, have a dream of yourself married to somebody. And in this life, you're not married. You're just at home watching blockbuster movies, blockbuster video movies. But there's other aspects where you have kids, or your kids are your parents, and you're the kid, or whatever it is. It goes on and on. That constantly goes on. So when you make a contract here, you're in for the long haul. Some might commit suicide, and it does affect. I think it affects them all. And somebody might get depressed out of no reasons. Like another aspect of me just kill themselves. I mean it. And so, just for example. And so, it's these things that are some of those lifetimes are not that heavy on us, but some of them can be. As for clearing like the past life stuff, is basically go forward. It's good to heal the past, but to make yourself a better person in who you are now, and just do what you feel like, do the best you can. Nobody's perfect. As we clear this third dimensional energy, basically. So connecting to galactic aliens and spirit guides, angels, all good for us for soul expansion beyond the third dimension. Because there's all freedom. All that is freedom. To connect to the third dimension, it is prison. So imagine, conversations being more about aliens, angels, and releasing Illuminati mind control and all that. People like this stuff. It's just, are they ready to, when they're introduced to it? Many aren't really introduced to it. But basically, we're all multi-dimensional beings. It's just we forgot it, only to realize it again. We're here to awaken that side of ourselves. Let's see. Many of us, yes, are spirit guides on other worlds at this time. Warning from this world. Some of these worlds are more difficult, some of them are not. It's just you're warning faster to help others in another environment. You're also birthing out new spirit guide energies from yourself to help souls. Yes, they might not, because they have you can call it your DNA. And so they are a little bit more advanced than other beings for the reason because of all you put yourself through. So it's an ongoing creation process. It's like we're always building, creating, going somewhere. And so it's life. It doesn't have to be perfect, but it's always creating and inventing. It's like grass. Grass is always growing, right? No matter what, it's always growing. You mow it down, it keeps growing. Same thing. That's all of us too. Also, the animals. Yeah, all of us are in the animals that we're consuming in some shape or form. So we're like we're eating ourselves. Eventually, we will end those days. I feel like a lot of us eating, obviously, it's a lower vibrations, but it's also to kind of stunt our obviously our growth by eating, meat, and mostly meat. The way we're treating the animals, but then again, we treat ourselves like animals too. We put ourselves in like a subway. It's kind of like a caged animal. The Illuminati does stuff like that too, to put humans into trafficking, children into trafficking. No different than your animals in your zoo, no doubt. As we are, unraveling ourselves, eventually the animals are taken out of the zoos. Eventually, we got first of all, we need to be removed from the zoo first. It would help. We heal the whole job aspect. We just heal that. When you're stuck into that program, you remove that. It can be easy. Over time, it'll become easy. As people are connecting more to their energies, you don't need food anymore either. And just basically you're connecting to your high vibration. So us being here, yes, is the dirty work, as you can see. One moment. Let's see if we can bring in somebody. Very much love blessings. Here we go. Greetings, this is J-Rod. Zeta Gray. Greetings. You are adding steps to your soul direction. You are, yes, creating universes within yourself, not just one, but several within yourself as you go through turmoil, worlds of being born within you on other dimensions. So you are creating planets. You don't even know it. Yes, you don't see it in this reality, but many of you can probably feel you are birthing out a world because your experiences are enough to create a new reality that is very different. You're all part of unique experiences. But of course, the worlds that you're creating, some are very intense, sometimes in light, sometimes in dark. You're wanting more about. So you think this is where this is the recipe bowl, basically. You're putting all the ingredients into yourselves. It might not seem exciting here, but you are building up other realities. You will see it, but see the pressure cooker here. Yes, you are in the hot seat, but this keeps on you creating and creating. See, many of you want to create a better life for yourself. So you are creating worlds that you visualize as perfection. So you're doing this you're doing this constantly. Yes, you don't see it in your visuals, but in your heart, what do you feel? Is there 1,000 worlds? Is there 1,000,000 worlds you created recently? Because realize existence goes on forever. So other beings want to explore your worlds. So these experiences here on this planet might seem dull, but realize you're putting the pieces you're putting together are creating new realities, far more you can understand in this reality. And you cannot do this in your higher dimensional heaven. You can, but not with these type of ingredients. You have to be at this dimension to do so. Because many of you are creating worlds also, so you can leave this one, go to that one. How many are doing that? It's a great deal. Many of you are visualizing a paradise reality in some shape or form, a better life. Those worlds are being formulated as you speak. So you can always connect with yourself. How many worlds have I created? And reach within. The multiverse, yes, is different colors of you, basically long hair, short hair, this personality, that personality. You're switching up. In this world, many of you don't have a personality. You're just not into connecting with others, and you're very isolated. So you kind of shut everything down, became emotionless. Same as a Zeta Gray. Many of you are going to our route because you don't find this third dimension as having anything that gives you any pleasure anymore. So you're losing your emotional capabilities. Some are. They're losing, they're just becoming stale. But it's also showing you are moving out of the third dimension too. It's just this world is not offering enough for you to flavorize yourselves as you become more dull. Some of you are just connected more to your Zeta self too. There is a balance and an imbalance of soul growth. You are, yes, rewriting the matrix as you go. Some make it easier, some make it harder. It's like, who's here created that thunderstorm? Connected to energies where that storm came from. It's not just Mother Nature, it's human nature's involved with it too. You can say many people that are just having a blast felt like it needed to rain in Florida or Chicago or wherever it might be. Because, yes, it's rain that does cause some difficulties, but also gives some people to slow down. It's like our gift to you, yes, you realize rain can cause difficulties, but also helps some of you chill out and be cool and hopefully drive better. So you're all working together to build this new earth. You're doing it in ways that you might not fully realize. You're Trump in his position of power. It's brought too many of you because you brought someone in because you're tired of the old ways of this reality. So you brought someone in that's very unconventional to turn things around. Yes, he might not turn everything around, but he is making it change. It's different than what has been in the past because you realize some of it is a cut and paste of the same person in that position. So now you have someone radically different. So many are throwing their pitchforks and their fire at them. So it's not, yes, there's imperfection in all of you. You put any of you out in the spotlight. Either some of you are too boring and uninteresting, some of you are too exciting, so exciting it makes headlines. So this Trump, as much as he is hated, at least his stories are making headlines, which part of him is very actually happy about that because he feels like he's current, he's relevant in this age, even if he might be attacked or whatever it might be. So yes, you have a different way. There's so many different ways of looking at your reality. Where this third dimension reality will no longer have relevance because it's so interesting to look at the different vibrations. Such as the harp energies on your planet. Yes, there's Illuminati. Energies are basically trying to control your minds by using the weather. As basically, weather is another control mechanism to get you to go where they want you to go. It might cause a rainstorm to get you to not to go to work, or cause a rainstorm to flood a bunch of people so they can connect with car insurance and things of that sort. So somebody is always making a back end penny from something, somehow, but they know exactly how to do it, how to keep themselves in the shadows. So yes, the idea is to uplift your energies and see things a little bit different what you're used to. Blessings to you. All right. Much love, everyone. I'll be back tomorrow.